Oh, this is not good. You called it DiCaprio. The Titanic might be happening for Kansas City here.
Here comes Allen with the keep and the leap. Oh, what a run by Josh Allen.
I mean, he's an alien.
Longest pass of the day for the Panthers, 16 yards, and that was a little toss to McCaffrey. Short toss to McCaffrey here to the 35-yard line. He'll turn the corner, and McCaffrey down the sideline. Christian McCaffrey inside the 30, cuts it back inside the 20, and Jalen Ramsey brings him down.
He's going to change practice and the game. Going to be hard not to have him suit up Thursday, guys.
Kyler Murray firing on first down. Zach Ertz hauls it in inside the 45-yard line of Seattle.
Stafford to the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson, his first of the year, and a pick six for 26.
Here's Cook. Dalvin Cook picks up a first down, still going inside the 30. Cook inside the 10, the 5, touchdown. 53 yards in his return home.
And that's where Hardman needs to develop. That would make things a lot easier for Mahomes, and he's going to have an opportunity at the end here.
1st and 10. Mahomes intercepted, and that's Taron Johnson with the theft. Unbelievable. This is from 62 into a pretty good win, right into it. Butker drills it. Is it long enough? It is from 62 yards.
Is it important to have him back? Wow, I tell you right there, he's a game changer. They're 52% on 3rd and long, which is like unheard of.
Kelsey's not in for this play. Mahomes is dancing around. Now finds an open man. It's Smith-Schuster bouncing off the hit, and here he goes to the end zone for the touchdown.
Smith-Schuster getting a little yoga session, new guy in, but that was incredible. Mahomes does most of the heavy lifting.
And surprise them with the run.
So the defensive substitution, both teams going up tempo, and there's Kenneth Walker. Down around the 20 of Arizona. His nickname is Canine.
So now the Ravens facing a 3rd and 6. They go empty. Oh, he lost the football. Scoops it back up. Jackson throws. Intercepted. Giants have it with Julian Love. Love weaving through. Tackled inside the 15. What a turn of events.
Downfield, and what a catch made by Parker. Inside the 15 at the Cleveland 14.
A lot on a young quarterback's plate to have to call plays at the line of scrimmage in a hurry up.
Back on the ground with Etienne. He's got a big hole. Etienne off to the races in Colts territory. And he's finally brought down around the 26-yard line. Rodney Thomas saved a touchdown, but Etienne, a home run hitter, goes deep for 49.
Had some problems with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, but a lot of teams have problems with Lamar Jackson in that Baltimore offense.
Indeed. Kareem Hunt is in 3rd and 10. Good time for Brissett. Going deep. Oh, he's got him! Njoku, who is covered by Duggar, the safety.
Once you start the game, that goes away, in his eyes. First down, Jackson. Diving attempt. Is it clean? It is. Josh Oliver selling out for the grab, 12 yards.
Kobe Myers had 7 catches, 111 yards against the Lions last week. 2nd and 15. Oh, he was hit coming around the edge. Garrett got it. Ball is loose. Now the question is fumble or incomplete pass. Well, they're calling it fumble. Right now, John Johnson vacuums it in. And that was Myles Garrett coming in on the rookie for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it too. Thanks, Eric. 3rd down. Rodgers has time. Going deep. Far side of the field. It is caught! What a catch by Allen Lazard.
Graded in the system, and then now since Jameis Winston has been hurt, now he spends most of his time in the quarterback room as a quarterback.
This is Rashid Shaheed, and Shaheed breaking inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown.
Executed.
Shotgun snap on a give, slicing Kenyon Drake, turns on the speed, touchdown Ravens. Drake can get down.
Top of your screen, now comes back behind Kyler Murray on a 3rd and 4. Murray keeps, and Murray with a lot of running room. There goes Kyler. Inside the 35.
Ryan's going to throw it, taking a deep shot for Pierce down the field. He's got it! Touchdown! What a call! What a play! And what a day for Matt Ryan and the Colts!
Claypool right now over the middle as Trubisky searches. And is that ball caught? Yes, it is. It's Claypool again. A monster game for number 11 continues. Another 3rd down conversion.
Dime package on 2nd and 10. Jackson loses the ball. Pop free. The ball still rolling around. The Giants jump on it. Thibodeau with the strip. Big Blue with a big play.
And still with 5 in the secondary. 4th and 5, Brissett. And to the end zone. And Cooper caught it. Touchdown! What a catch! 15-yard strike. Amari Cooper.
I do think they'll ultimately have to go for it.
4th down and 2. Brissett going deep and caught. Peoples-Jones with a great grab.
There's certainly plenty of time with timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work the offense.
Burrow throwing this side of the field. Jamar Chase with the catch and up the sideline. And there he goes. Jamar Chase to the end zone for the touchdown.
That's the thing. If you're going to get to that second layer, you got to be able to control the first.
And now they try to get Vea off the field on time. Either way, it's completed to Hayward. Flag is down. Hayward is rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down to the 10. The rookie tight end, and yes, he's the younger brother of Cameron Hayward with a big gain of 45 at least for the moment. A trap play inside, and a beauty! Hall running free! Brees Hall inside the 10! He's gonna score! Touchdown, Jets!
Mike Davis in the backfield, Duvernay in motion, fake it. Jackson's got a running lane. Oh, abracadabra move by Jackson for a 1st down.
They give it to Hasty, the 3rd running back, and there he goes! JaMycal Hasty, all the way for a touchdown. They've got Etienne and Robinson, and it's Hasty who comes in and lights it up on 3rd and 1.
Andrews told us it was 2020 when he started noticing the difference in how teams were playing him. Kenyon Drake busting it to the outside and a nasty stiff arm to boot.
Keep an eye on Garrett. This is 3rd and long. This is usually where he surfaces. Last down, Cannon tried chopping him on the other side.
They're down 10. Stevenson looking for a block. He got it from Myers, and there he goes. Kiss him goodbye. That is a touchdown. 31-yard run. Stevenson and the Patriots have taken the lead late in the 1st half.
2 seconds left. Jones steps up. Jones stripped to the ball. And Jones loses it. A fumble. Queen knocks it free. The recovery by Clark, and that's how the half will end. They never even got a puncher's chance.
Here today against Pittsburgh, able to steal those 3 points.
And Pittsburgh will get the ball here to start the third quarter. Steven Sims. Oh, Steven Sims with some space. It's a foot race. Sims. Oh, he lost the ball at the end, but he fell right back on it. He takes it down to the 10. What a return.
They're right in every football game and are in position to move forward.
Second down 9. Nice catch downfield. Smith, and he breaks a tackle. Jonnu Smith on the move. Chased by Emerson inside the 25.
I look forward to that. They run it with Etienne right up the middle. He's loose again and tackled in midfield by Rodney Thomas.
Was he ever touched
Was
down?
He down?
Carter in the backfield and a fake. Zach Wilson has a lot of time. He's got a man wide open. It's Davis, and he's got it down into the 20. A 41-yard gain.
This is huge for the end of the season. I'm telling you.
Here comes Allen. Looking long. Throws to the end zone. And the ball is caught. Of all people, it's Dawson Knox. Oh, what a time for Dawson Knox. The light shines on those who come through adversity.
So you look at the clock, you look where the Giants are. Baltimore is going to play straight up defense here on 1st and goal. Handoff up top, touchdown, Saquon Barkley, airborne for the score. Giants go in front.
13th play of the drive coming up. 2 4th-down conversions on this drive for Brady. Underneath Fournette. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and into the end zone. Leonard Fournette powering his way in, and they can tie it with a 2-point conversion.
Fantastic to be part of this family, and awesome to be here with Stink and Christina. Got Dean Blandino and Jimmy Garoppolo firing a dart. Deebo Samuel, 1st down and more, stays on his feet across the 45. What a play. Missed tackle by Hawkins.
7th play of the drive. Mostert in the backfield. 1st and goal, high snap. Bridgewater throws, end zone, touchdown, Mike Gesicki. Second down and 3 as Cousins lays one up, and it's caught by Jefferson down the sideline. Work that time, Jonathan.
Another block punt. This time the Jets have it with a chance to run in the end zone, and they're going to score. Will Parks runs it in. Kenneth Walker. Walker with a move through the goal line. Kenneth Walker, and that's a Seahawk touchdown. That's the 4th sack of this game for the Cardinals. In trouble, Dixon. He's going to be nailed. And a fumble recovery by Chris Banjo, and that's going to be a Cardinal touchdown.
Been the call. It was thrown a little bit late. I'm just trying to get the benefit of the doubt to the officials. That couldn't have been the call.
Walker with some tough runs. Kenneth Walker to the 10. Slippery as a salmon.
Davis got one-on-one at the bottom here. Alvin sees that one-on-one. He's going to him. It's Gabe Davis again for the touchdown.
You called it one-on-one on the bottom. They're coming after him.
Henderson twice keeping this thing alive.
Big plays. Stafford. Robinson, jump ball, touchdown!
Third and goal. Now rolling out. Buying time. And it's intercepted in the end zone. No, yes. Wow, back and forth they go. And the rookie first rounder Kaiir Elam comes away with it in that battle for the football.
Interception on his touchback.
Kayvon Wallace out of Clemson in his 3rd year is the guy in for Gardner Johnson. Zeke's got a block. Zeke on the run. Ezekiel Elliott will score. Big drive. Cowboys get back in it. Out of the locker room. They go no huddle. They go 9 plays and 79 yards. Hurts pulls it, throws it to Brown with a step in the secondary. He will score. And Matt Farniak, the extra lineman, lines up to lead block. Rush fakes it, throws it. Ferguson, the move, the end zone. The Cowboys within 4. Jake Ferguson. Career touchdown number 1. 2nd and 8. Rush downfield. CeeDee Lamb open. It's underthrown. And it's scooped and intercepted. C.J. Gardner Johnson hurt his hand earlier in this half. He's okay. He's more than okay. He's got the big pick.